For our project, we decided to investigate the inner mechanisms of an old Windows 98 mouse, or we assume it's from 98. It's pretty old.
The copyright is 98.
First, we opened it up, and the first thing we took out was the wheel. That's obviously the scroll wheel you use. We're all pretty familiar with that. And then there's the shells, which provide the left and right mouse clicking buttons. And then there's the bottom shell. And then, of course, the motherboard. And that's a mount to keep the wheel in place. Alright, so the mouse was originally made to assist with navigation on a computer. It wasn't really easy to do things on a computer without a mouse. A lot of people can't even remember using a computer without a mouse, but it was actually wasn't made until a few years after, or about probably 10 years after the original computer was made. And it's simply used just by moving the mouse. The acceleration in the direction of the mouse is translated to the computer, and then it responds by moving the mouse on the screen accordingly, basically giving you an XY coordinate on the computer screen. Clicking the left mouse pad selects an object on a computer, and this can be used to open applications or organize folders, things like that. And then the right mouse click will give you options on a certain object. For instance, if you right click on an application, it'll give you many options, such as, and for this example on text, you can use it to cut, copy it or paste it, or you can copy or paste things that you've already copied. Mice are typically found in schools, offices, and homes with desktop computers. Basically, wherever you see a computer, you will certainly find a mouse there. They can cost anywhere from $10 for a regular old does its job sort of mouse, to $80, which would be like a high grade, or there's lots of gaming mouses that cost lots of money. This particular mouse was manufactured by Microsoft. Mouses tend to have a really long lifespan, but they quickly become outdated as technology improves. As you can see, that mouse, you can, just by looking at it, you can tell it's old compared to a lot of the mouses these days. But they do last a long time, but many are left without use after about 2 years, but some people, if you're really dedicated to your mouse, it can last as long as 10 years. Here's a few sketches. There's the motherboard, and the scroll wheel, and the mount, and basically all the parts we showed.
Okay, so when I was making the wheel in Inventor, I made it to match that one, and I got the correct plastic.
Alright, when I was creating the motherboard in Inventor, first of all, motherboards are usually made out of fiberglass, and there was no fiberglass option. Also, the motherboard is basically a combination of a bunch of parts, so I just kind of assumed everything was made out of plastic, but that's obviously not true, so it's going to be quite inaccurate when we get to the specs.
Okay, so the wheel is non-continuous because it's made of plastic, but the circuit board has a high continuity level across the circuits, but none across the circuit board itself. The wheel is non-ferrous because it is not made out of metal, so it can't be magnetic or be attracted to magnets. The circuit board is made of non-ferrous metals, so it can't be attracted to a magnet. The wheel scratches really easily with low effort because it is made out of plastic, and the circuit board has a little harder surface, but scratches if you try it. And the mass of the wheel is 2.7 grams, and it's made out of a less dense rubber. The circuit board is made out of a dense plastic fiberglass material, and has metal components making it heavy for its size.
The wheel had a volume of 0.162 inches cubed, and the circuit board had a volume of 0.475 inches cubed, and the wheel's density was 1.02 grams per centimeter, and the circuit board had a density of 1.06 grams per centimeter. Surface area, the wheel had a surface area of 2.238 inches squared, and the circuit board had a surface area of 13.723 inches squared. The wheel couldn't flex much because it was super small, but you could like move the rubber on the wheel a little bit. Circuit board is easily flexible and very easy to break.
So first what's used is they use ABS plastic for injection molding when making the mouse. That's going to give you the shell and the left and right mouse pads. And the computer chips and switches are made from plastic coating and metal, so lots of copper and steel and that sort of thing. All these parts may come from different manufacturers depending on which company it is. Metal and fiberglass are used to make the motherboard. Basically, the whole base of the motherboard is fiberglass, and then all the little components you see will be different kinds of metals and different plastics. The ABS plastic is easily recyclable and can be used in many other products. You could easily just melt it down and use it for anything. And then due to the small size of the other components, they're really easily recyclable and can be disposed of easily. Fiberglass is also very recyclable. There's many methods, one of which I saw you can easily grind down fiberglass and use it in all sorts of different products. And that is the Windows 98 computer mouse.